Welcome to Wisdom Trek with Gramps. We are on day 2000 of our trek, and what a blessing it has been to serve you these past 2000 treks. We are transitioning in the structure of Wisdom Trek to focus on the great books of wisdom in the Bible. One habit that I practice nearly every day in the past 45 plus years of my adult life is to read the chapter of the book of Proverbs that corresponds with the day of the month. This single habit has been the catalyst for gaining wisdom and living a life of wisdom. Adopting this habit for you can do the same for your life. So beginning October 1st, I will be publishing the reading of the chapter of the book of Proverbs that corresponds with the day of the month. Before that, I am reading through the book of Ecclesiastes. King Solomon, who wrote both Ecclesiastes and Proverbs, was the wisest person to live. He wrote Ecclesiastes late in life. After trying many other paths to wisdom, he was then brought back to the realization that God's wisdom is the only true wisdom. This realization drives me to seek out God's wisdom every day. Wisdom is the final frontier in gaining true knowledge, so we are on our daily trek to create a legacy of wisdom, to seek out discernment and insights, and to boldly grow where few have chosen to grow before. Today I will read Ecclesiastes chapter 3, which is certainly fitting for episode 2000 of Wisdom Trek. I have titled this chapter, A Time for Everything. For everything there is a season, a time for every activity under the sun. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to harvest. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build up. A time to cry and a time to laugh. A time to grieve and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather stones. A time to embrace and a time to turn away. A time to search and a time to quit searching. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to be quiet and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. What do people really get for all their hard work? I have seen the burden God has placed on us all. Yet God has made everything beautiful for its own time. He has planted eternity in the human heart, but even so, people cannot see the whole scope of God's work from beginning to end. So I concluded, there is nothing better than to be happy and enjoy ourselves as long as we can. And people should eat and drink and enjoy the fruits of their labor, for these are gifts from God. And I know that whatever God does is final. Nothing can be added to it or taken away from it. God's purpose is that people should fear Him. What is happening now has happened before, and what will happen in the future has happened before, because God makes the same things happen over and over again. This next section is The Injustices of Life. I also notice that under the sun there is evil in the courtroom. Yes, even the courts of law are corrupt. I said to myself, in due season, God will judge everyone, both good and bad, for all of their deeds. I also thought about the human condition, how God proves to people that they are like animals. For people and animals share the same fate, both breathe and both must die. So people have no real advantage over the animals. How meaningless. Both go to the same place. They came from dust and they return to dust. For who can prove that the human spirit goes up and the spirit of the animals go down into the earth? So I saw there is nothing better for people than to be happy in their work. That is their lot in life, and no one can bring us back to see what happens after we die. And as you ponder this chapter covering A Time for Everything, please encourage your friends and family to join us and to come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. And thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I am your friend as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. And as we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and create a great day every day. See you next time for more daily wisdom.